Bitcoin went back up at the $106,000, making it another all-time high, and then going back down to currently $103,000 and 676. So that being said, we also had Ethereum touching the 4K, and now it is back at 3,900. Let's take a look at what is the market doing throughout this week. Let's see if we have any opportunities to open a position this week, and let's run through some news. So let's get into it. The Bitcoin dominance is going back up by a little bit. It touched 54.8.7%, I think it was, and now it is moving back towards the 60% dominance. If you don't know, the flow usually goes to Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, layer ones, and then layer twos and meme coins. So if Bitcoin has the dominance, has more dominance, it will move first. And then after that, the rally will happen to these other coins. Usually when we see Bitcoin's dominance going down, we usually see that good performance on altcoins, on layer twos, on layer ones. So everything is related to the Bitcoin dominance in the market. Once you see it going down, you usually have green candles on altcoins, on meme coins, on lower market cap tokens. And we actually saw that these past few days when Bitcoin's dominance went from 60% all the way down to the 54 that it was. So now it is climbing back up. Some people speculate that it will touch the 60% again. We are closing Q4, and usually we saw that historical data says that Q4 is the best performing quarter for Bitcoin, and then Q1 is the best performing quarter for Ethereum and consequently altcoins, meme coins. So I am not sure that we're going to see 60% domination on Bitcoin again in the near future, or maybe we're just going to see a touch and then retrace back down. Most likely we're going to be holding right at this current spot right here, because if you look, we have a very strong resistance here at the top, or even a range. You could put it as a range right here that will test the dominance right at this price target right here. We can see what will happen in a matter of a few days to see if it breaks above that. If it does, then it's going to be looking towards the 60% again. But just by looking at it, you can see last week was 54%, and now it is going back up to 56%. Ethereum and others are gaining strength, but this is on the weekly scale and not on the daily scale. So we will have to wait and see. I personally now think it is time for altcoins, Ethereum, layer twos, layer ones, altcoins to shine bright, because personally I believe Bitcoin will be stuck a little bit sideways in that 105, 104 mark that it currently is. So we should see altcoins, Ethereum mainly, starting to pick up some steam there. And the fear and greed has been bouncing all over the place. When the dominance is low, but altcoins are going to the moon, we have extreme greed. We touched 83 last week and 84 in that month overall. Currently, we're at 80. You can see we're bouncing back and forth between the extreme greed and the greed range. But still, I believe that this should be going down a little bit more sideways while we wait for the market to correct, and then it should spike back up again. Now let's take a look at what we have. The 0DT is doing amazing, 920 people, so awesome. Welcome everyone who joined. The P&L for the last 30 days has gone down a little bit. It used to be around the 6, 7, 8%. Now it is 3.65. We are at 2.84 in December. December is a very good month for crypto, but you have to remember that these are manual trades. So someone is doing the trade. So it is better not to risk it, to be too greedy and lose money just because we're trying to make percentages here. So who knows, maybe December will be a little bit slow, but nonetheless, we have 2.84% in our pockets for this month. If we scroll down, we see my positions right here. They're doing very, very well. The 500 is now 726. The 49s are around 60 bucks almost. And then the 800 is already 16 bucks in the green for me. So I'm going to be looking at some spreads right here for us to open. Maybe this right here, you know, these that are 100K. I'll have to look. We'll do that at the end of the video to see which one makes sense for us. Maybe put 500 bucks right here, risk it a little bit better. 8.7% in a week should be fantastic. So we will keep that in mind when we do these. I'm going to do one for Ethereum as well. But now let's take a look at the liquidations. If you look at the Bitcoin liquidation, we are heavily into the $100,000. We have a heavy amount of longs right here waiting to get liquidated. People who got in around right here, most likely did not take profits right here at around the $106,000 that we saw yesterday. And now most likely the market will retrace and try to get a little bit out of them liquidating. And we can even see that so far we're very balanced. We're almost 50% between shorts and longs, mainly because we already saw a huge up and now we're seeing some down. So a lot of people who were opened very high leverage here on Bitcoin got wrecked on the way up if they were short, and now they're getting wrecked on the way down if they are long positions. So you can even see right here the amount of 100x leverage that we have on both sides is ridiculously crazy. So again, if you are one of these future traders that are doing huge, very risky 100x or maybe 200x leverage, please make sure that you have a good strategy, because otherwise you're going to be losing money. You're going to get liquidated left and right by this market that is going up and down. It's liquidating first shorts and then it's going to go back and liquidate longs all in a matter of 24 hours. So pay attention to that. Regarding Bitcoin, we have right here a very classic range right here that we can see all the way from November. We have been seeing this, and now it tested the $106,000 right here, so almost at the top. Maybe we should look at the 100k again that we have right around here. Maybe we will correct and touch it again, but we haven't broken out of it yet. We can see it clearly here in this image. So you should pay attention to see if it's gonna spike up, and usually it takes this leg right here and it replicates on the top, or if it's gonna break it down, and then we have to confirm to see what's gonna happen here. So keep an eye on Bitcoin, especially at the top range right here, because we might break it and then we can see 120, maybe 140, maybe 160. These are the numbers that people are throwing around for Bitcoin. Meanwhile, while everything is happening, we see Saylor that is hinting at buying more Bitcoin. Well, what a shocker. The guy just likes to hoard his Bitcoin, and he has been buying back to back, sometimes day after day, a lot of Bitcoin. And now he even posted saying that the Saylor tracker, a website that tracks buys on Bitcoin, is saying that the Saylor tracker is missing a day of buying, and the price of Bitcoin at this day was above the $100,000. So ever since then, you can see that there has been almost daily buys from Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. So most likely this guy will not stop buying, and he's doing an awesome job at trying to convince not only other companies but also countries like the United States, for example, to have part of their treasury in Bitcoin and to hold value. I saw even yesterday he mentioned that now companies can utilize the current price of Bitcoin as data for their clients, so they don't have to only write the price they bought Bitcoin at. They can use the increase the ROI, the gain that they had from Bitcoin in their sheets as well, in their numbers, to show increase in profitability, which is great. So now I saw this right here saying, how high can Bitcoin price really go? Some analysts with their crazy drawings and crazy charts are saying vague numbers all over the place. We've covered right here that we saw people saying 50k at the bottom. We saw people saying 250k by 2025. We are now seeing 120, we're seeing 140 and 160. So what I'm trying to bring your attention here towards is that you can have whatever trader that you trust the most, but you can see that even traders that you follow that have the same line of thinking sometimes can go one against the other. So we see right here people saying 120,000 now, and these people most likely gave wrong calls before or did bad readings before. So never trust a single source. Make sure to know everyone's point of view. This is why I bring you the good and the bad point of views right here. I showed you the guy who said 50 was a possibility. I showed you the guy who says 250 was a possibility. I tried to bring articles right here so you have eyes on the matter, and then you can look at the charts by yourself. Maybe you're not an analyst, but you can look at the charts. You can get all the information that you can gather for free right here in this channel, and then decide which way will Bitcoin go. Spoiler alert, most likely it will go up. So if you're selling options, you only have to know that it's going up, and then you can take your steps from that, from knowing that it's going to go up, and that is what you need to know for you to be able to trade profitably. So now if you're trying to trade futures, or you're trying to scalp with options, buying options and scalp them or just swing trade them, now you need to do a little bit more technical analysis. You need to become more precise with your numbers. And if that's you, well, congratulations. I hope hope you have a successful trading. But for us, most of the time, this is not it. So we don't need to know specific numbers. Even if you just hold Bitcoin, you don't need to know specific numbers. You just need to know that most likely Bitcoin will be going up, because based on historical data, based on everything that we covered here in this channel before, we can only see a path in the future going up for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Other than Saylor buying a lot of crypto, we also have Donald Trump's personal project, World Liberty Finance, that is buying and stocking up a lot of coins, not only Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, Ondo, Link, Aave. There's a lot of tokens that are being bought. So far, the project has $44 million in total assets, almost $45 million. And you can see that we have Bitcoin, Link, Aave, Ethereum, Ondo, Ana. So there's a lot of acquisitions happening right here. I don't know much about this project, but we can look into it to see if there's something good for us that could push Bitcoin even higher because of Donald Trump being behind it. So that being said, now I'm going to skip a little bit forward to look at some spreads for us to open for this week. And this way we can end the video knowing what we have for the week. So let me jump right into that. So I decided to go a little bit risky with Ethereum, but way safer with Bitcoin. So I opened a spread above 100K for Bitcoin. This one expires on Friday. The Ethereum also expires on Friday, but this one is 3,900. And guess what? We are already below 3,900 right now, but I do believe that it will close above that. And we also don't have a 3,800 right here. If we had a 3,800, I most likely would have gone with that, but I did this one right here for 3,900. So we should have a good return on that. And also I'm gonna leave some money right here to trade in case these don't go as expected. In case I lose some money, I still have some more money to do some more trading. So that being said, this is it for today's video. We have all of these two. We also have an about 5K that expires on March next year, so this one should be fine for Ethereum. So let's keep an eye on the charts and see how these end for today's week. Anyways, thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another video. Peace.